Follow our live blog for updates on Day 3 of the SNP conference in Aberdeen, where the party's leader Humza Yousaf is expected to address delegates today. James Cleverly has threatened to pull Foreign Office support for SNP ministers on their trips abroad just hours before the party's leader Humza Yousaf is due to give the most important speech of his career. The move comes after Mr. Yousaf blocked UK diplomats from meeting the Icelandic Premier during talks in New York last month. The Foreign Secretary has warned officials from his department will communicate to host governments that we do not judge it appropriate for them to meet ministers from Mr. Yousaf's government, The Telegraph reports. A letter seen by the publication also expresses regret about the officials being prevented from attending, and that should the SNP continue to block UK diplomats, Mr. Cleverly would instruct his officials to withdraw from facilitating meetings between Scottish Government ministers and ministers of foreign governments. 5 things to watch in Humza Yousaf's big speech. The SNP leader will give his speech to the conference this afternoon. Here are 5 key areas he is likely to address. 1. Stepping out of Nicola Sturgeon's shadow yesterday, Ms. Sturgeon was accused of upstaging her successor with a rock star appearance at the event. Mr. Yousaf was quick to insist he was delighted at her arrival, but he will be keen to make a distinction between their leaderships during his address today. 2. Personal anguish. The First Minister's wife has opened up about her heartache as her family is currently trapped in Gaza. Mr. Yousaf is likely to address his own feelings on the Israel-Hamas conflict at some length today. 3. Labour poll surge. Mr. Yousaf will be keen to quell fears of a Labour resurgence in Scotland after the party's humiliating defeat in the Rutherglen and Hamilton West by-election earlier this month. The Scottish First Minister must now take the fight to the party it now sees as a genuine threat by employing the SNP playbook of attacking Labour from the left and exposing its U-turns. 4. The fight for Scottish independence. The SNP's central aim, to achieve secession from the UK, looks further out of reach than it has for at least a decade. Extracts from Mr. Yousaf's speech show he will argue the SNP must concentrate not on the how of gaining independence, but the why, in what will be seen as a rallying cry to his party. 5. The party's civil war. The bitter civil war and internal rows engulfing the party are also likely to be on the agenda. Mr. Yousaf will be forced to address Lisa Cameron MP's recent defection to the Tory party, citing a toxic culture in the SNP based around a cult of personality, and come up with a way of unifying his fractured party.